SMICM. So SMICM is the one of the transaction code for the Internet Communication Manager. So which means internet ICM, it means Internet Communication Manager here. So this will handle browser based request. This will handle browser based request here. This will handle the browser based request here. Browser based request here. Here mainly we need to check here in the SMICM the ports, whether the ports like HD browser means definitely HTTP or HTTPS. So this port should be active status and ICM should be running status as part of our day-to-day activities. So this should be we have to check it out here as part of our daily monitoring in SMICM. So the ports will be active here. Suppose if you see, if you log into the system here, so if you go to the SMICM transaction code, so here it will show like running status. ICM will show running status. Then if you go to and services, so here the port should be active status here. The port should be active status here. So these ports will help to connect to the your system via browser. So suppose some people, so not all the people will have access to the operating system level. Sorry, OS level and SAP login pad to log into the SAP systems. So some of the users they have the browser. So some of the users they will connect through browser. Maybe most of the users they will connect to the browser only. Most of the users they will connect to the browser only here, right? So here in that case they will use the browser they will use it. They will connect to the our SAP systems here, right? In that case, the port should be active status here. The port should be active status here. If the ports are not active, what will happen? The user unable to connect it here. Suppose if you see here, suppose if I use WebGUI, so it will open the URL in the browser. Okay, just to open the URL in the browser. So then it will open, right? It will open the URL. So the port is active. See, host name and a port number and your service name. Whatever the service name you are using, the service is active here. So the service is active here. You got the screen. You got the screen here. Now why it got the screen? You got the logon screen here. So actually it will come big screen. Not sure why. Not secure. Yeah, like this, we will get the in the WebGUI HTML, we will get it out. Here we can enter the transaction codes. We will work on that one here, right? So we will work on the all the transaction codes and everything. So we will work on it here, right? So browser based. So this URL, see here, this one is the host name. This is the your port number. This is the services. These are the services up to here. The services here, right? So SMICM. Now, if you are able to open this one means because of SMICM, your port is active here. Your port is active here. The ports are active. If the ports are not active, then you cannot able to connect it here. Suppose example, if you see here, let me go back. Suppose ICM is down. Example, ICM is down here. So exit the hard shutdown here. Local ICM is down here, right? Then what will happen if the ICM is down? So you cannot connect to the browser here. You cannot connect this one here. ICM is down. So see here. So normally whenever you open any site outside, so it will keep on rendering. It keep on rendering and then finally the page cannot be displayed. The 500 internal server error. So like that you will get. So but here immediately it will start it. When you restart it, immediately it will start it here. So in case of anything happens, immediately so your browser sessions will be disconnected because of ICM. So your ICM will handle the user request, browser based request here, ICM, right? So we need to check whether ICM is running. Yes. Then so here we need to see the services here. Here we need to see the services here, whether the services are okay or not. We need to check it out. Also, one important thing is here the trace file, ICM trace file here. So here ICM trace file, it is available in the work directory. Also, we can view the trace file from SMICM transaction code dev underscore ICM. Here it will give you the information. Here it will give you the information here. So why users are unable to connect? Why the please check the network settings, network issues. There is a network issue. There is a network issue. So there is a network issue. So there is a ports started the service. You restarted the SMICM. Who restarted the ICM? So what are the issues we have in the systems? So you will get the all the information. You will the log file. You can see the based upon the timestamp. You will get the all the information. You will get it out here. All the information we can see it here in the SMICM. So reason ICM is dead. So which means we have stopped the we are hard shut down the ICM. Then so sometimes what happens because of more number of user sessions, sometimes what will happen, ICM will not able to handle the browser-based request. When you see ICM is active, but you are not, you can see when you see ICM is active, but when you go to the here and see, then you are unable to connect it here because of our slow response, because of ICM is full here. ICM threads are full or so ICM unable to handle the request here. Then in this case, just do the restart of the ICM. Just restart of the either soft restart. Soft restart means it will wait for softly, it will wait for all the connections closed, then ICM will be restarted. Means softly. Hard shutdown means forcefully cancel the all the connections. Forcefully cancel the all the connections. Then it will go to the forcefully cancel all the connections. Then it will go to the it will restart it here. So then all the sessions will be disconnected. So maintenance mode. Maintenance mode means so if you activate the maintenance mode, then it will come, it will handle the any request here. It will not handle the any request here. See here, 503 service not available. So means maintenance mode means in the server, some maintenance work is going on. So now you are not sure, like you are just you are putting the maintenance mode, which means it will not allow any connections here. It will not take any connections here. See, 503 service not available here. So then why? Because server is in the maintenance mode here. Then we can leave the maintenance mode, deactivate it here again. So just deactivate the maintenance mode here. Now just refresh the screen here. Then you can able to connect to the server, right? So it's not only like you can only access from so browser. You can also we can just only SAP login pad and enter new the outside of the transaction code also with the browser also you can access it here. Here mainly thing is the HTTP. If you are using the HTTP connection, then HTTP port, HTTPS, then HTTPS connection will be useful here, right? That is the SMICM transaction code here, right? So, but you see here, they are the services here, right? So up to here, ICM will handle, but here if the service is inactive, then how the request will go, right? But where to activate the services here? Where to activate the services here? SICF is the transaction code for the services activation. Services activation. SICF is the transaction code here. SICF is the transaction code. SICF is the transaction code for so for activation, deactivation of the services here. So either custom services or standard services, any services. So we can activate it here. So services means after the host name, whatever the name it is coming, that is called the services. Suppose like if you see here irctc.com, right? So this is the IRCTC server name, means SAP server name. After that, there is a NGET. Then after that, sub-service is called the train search, right? NGET train search here means you are getting multiple things here, right? After that, right? Which means these are the sub-services. This is the services. These all are the services. So where to activate these services? Where to activate the services here? In the SICF transaction code, we have to activate it. Then people can, means the developer will develop it here, the code and everything. Then if you access from automatically, it will route to the services, whatever you are doing here. So this is a public host name. That's where the people will configure as a irctc.co.in. But this is also one server name in the backend. backend, same as like this is also one server name in the backend here. So if you have the domain name, we can also configure like so trainings slash www dot so some trainings.com. So done. Then this one, if you configure it here, you can also open the SAP site name. You can open it here. SAP site name, you can open it here. That is also possible, right? So that's the thing here. But here, so network level, they will do the NATing and the routing and configurations and everything. But that's fine. So if you see here, so you can able to, so you can able to see the so transactions. You can able to see the all the things here, right? You can able to see the all those things here, right? So now, if you go back, we go and see SICF is the transaction code SICF for the service activation here, service activations here, right? If you know the service name, you can keep it here. Otherwise, just click on the execute button here. Then all the services will be displayed here. Then which service you want to activate it here. So then you can activate that service here, SAP. So BC. So what services you want to activate it here? Suppose like SAP BC GUI. This service, suppose if you are able to open the web GUI means because of the service is active in the SAP system here. SAP system here. If the service is not active, then the service is not active, then you cannot able to access the services. Suppose like I will deactivate the services. Okay, I am deactivating the services here. So done. Deactivated. Now, if you try to access, service cannot be reached. Service cannot be reached here. So sometimes we may face this type of issues whenever you're opening the any site, whenever you're booking the tickets, orders, when you're doing the transaction code, when you're browsing something in the Google so sites. So you will sometimes you may face it because it means the backend service is down. The backend, the related service is down here. So that service is down, then right click and we have to go to and activate that services here. So in SAP, this type of things, the services stuff, we have to do it from SICF is the transaction code. By using this SICF transaction code, we can activate and we can deactivate the services here. We can activate and we can deactivate the services here. Sir, how can I know that mapping and everything means? You will get the requirement. So the basic things, otherwise you can basic things, it's available here. Suppose like employee central integration, the payslips related integration, employee. So this service is not active. Right? The service is not active here. So it's a display. So suppose the people who wants to use the payslip, they want to see the payslips, so summary and everything. So then they cannot able to access those things because of the payslips related service is deactivated. Then so if you open it here, then you can able to open. We can able to open here. You can able to open the so the service will route to the your application will route to the so that related system here, right? So that is the one thing will happen in the systems here, right? So there is a work is in progress. That's why the unable to open the payslip related data and everything here, right? So otherwise, if you go to the other systems, individually we cannot open. So there is an application. Application will route the request to the sub services here, right? The main service will route the request to the sub services. So then only we can able to access the all the things and everything in the system, right? So SICF transaction code here, SICF. So any system, SICF transaction code, so will help to so do the this kind of work here, this kind of work here, SICF transaction code here. So here, so any service activation or deactivation, your basis team 2 has to perform. Here, the basis team 2 perform the so all the activities and everything in the system here, right? Anything. Suppose like deactivated. If the service is deactivated, the people cannot open the people cannot open the so the request, the people cannot open the approval request. So then multiple things they cannot open it here, they cannot open all those things here, HR related, ICM related, the all the functionalities, the sub functionalities. The main site is common. After that, when you click the main site, so when you click the main site is common here, right? So when you go to the Suppose like irctc.com. So the main site is common here. Main site is common. So then when you go to the registration phase, immediately the site will change. When you go to the here, the backend site will change it here. When you go to the hotels, immediately the site will change. Wow, how it is changing means, why changing means, so the related the related backend systems are active. So backend systems are there. That's why backend services are active. That's why you are able to navigate from one to other. You are able to navigate it here. You are able to navigate from one to another. You are able to navigate it here. So that's why, so the services we can see it from here, right? So any services you can open it from here, right? Any services you can open it here from systems, right? Anything, suppose file upload, file download, payslips upload, documents download. So anything we can also create it respective code. Then so respective the web services also we can activate it here. Respective shopping marts, shopping carts. So many things, many services are there. So maybe this requirement will be done by the functional. Functional will will create developments, will do the development activities here. From our side we have to activate the services and deactivate the services yet. So the people directly when they open it here, the application will open application backend. It will call the respective services, which will call it here. Suppose if you see the some of the companies, suppose they have the some timesheets app, some timesheets the purely is running on the, so leave request timesheets purely running on the SAP only. Whenever you see in the browser, if you observe it, the main company portal will open www.mycompany.com. There is a leave portal, there is a tab. If you click on that one, it will open the another site that will call to the backend SAP system. Then there you can multiple tabs, you can navigate it, you can fill the data. Your data will be stored into the backend systems here, right? So that will happen because of, if you are on backend sites, subsites are not opening means your backend services are down. Backend services are down here. So those type of things, that type of things we can activate from here. We can activate from, so we can activate from the SICF transaction code. SICF is the transaction code for activation and deactivation of the services. Activation and deactivation of the services here. Also in the SICF transaction code, so one more thing is here, proxy settings here. Proxy settings. Here the proxy settings, sometimes it will be enabled status. The proxy means, so proxy settings. Proxy means, suppose sometimes, so we have some restricted sites, right? Then the restricted site we will configure in the proxy URL, the proxy address we will give it here, host name and port number. So the restricted, sometimes what happens, so if I give the host name, internet, the wider access, the people will open the different sites and they will do different things, right? So I don't want to do, then if I configure the proxy sites, they cannot open anything. They cannot open anything in the systems here. Like that also we can restrict it here, the proxy settings, but this is a rare cases. This is a rare cases we can activate the proxies and everything here. So this is not much useful here. Okay. So this is a proxy settings related transaction code here, right? So means SICF, mainly for SICF, which we will use for the service activation, activating the services here. That is the main important thing here, service activation here, right? Any services, if you want to activate it, we can activate it here using this one here. Okay. So that is the SICF transaction code. So then, so one more transaction code is called the, so SFW3 here. Workflow activation. Here also we have to ensure SFW3. No, that is the business functions. I think wrong I entered. SFSWU3. Sorry. This is for the, this is also one of the transaction code. But here SWU3 workflow activation. So this is for the activation of the workflow, approval procedures and everything here. So sometimes what we will do here, sometimes what we will do in the SAP system, so approvals. Suppose if someone raised the, this should be activate. The first two workflow should be activate. This should be activated here. They are the standard background jobs for the workflow, and this should be active. Our duty is whenever the users are not getting the approval emails, right? Approval emails, higher official emails, the workflow is not working, it's not going to the right approval means our main work is here. This tree should be active. The first tree line should be, so all the lines should be active status here. Active status means tick mark status. Remaining is not required for us, but first one should be active status here, destinations and everything. So this workflow should be active status here. Workflow should be active status here. So SWU3 workflow customization here. Workflow customization. If that is active, whenever suppose you are the user, you raised a purchase order. Purchase order is more than suppose like 10 lakhs. So they will write the conditions in the system. They will put the condition. If any amount is very huge, so then it will go to the second level approval or third level approval or fourth level approval. Like that, it should go. Like that. So they will define the, so here, so we have to act from our side. Approvals and all, they will take care, approval users and everything. So they will take care of the approval things and everything here. But here, this should be active. They want to receive the emails, they want to receive the approval emails, they want to receive the queue, everything means deadline. So everything, so this item should be active status here. This item should be active status here. So the first one should be active status here. So why? Because this is purely basis related thing. So that's why we will check the first work edit runtime environment should be active status here. So then only, suppose if any person submitted the approval or if any user is locked, they want to send the email, then immediately it will send it out. Immediately it will send to the, so approval procedure, workflow and everything here, right? That will, we will say that. But who will configure that approval users here? First level approval, second level approval, then who will configure it here? So here the respective functional team or developers, so they will do the approval configurations and everything. They will configure it here. They will configure it, the approval configurations and everything. So they will do it here. They will do it here. Somewhere like, let me check here. Workflow is not active. Yeah, that's why it's not giving the workflow is not active. Even TMS also not configured. Therefore, no workflow list. Transport is not configured. People, US match people. Locked. This is our next big topic here, transport management system. This I want to check if any approval procedure is configured in our system. First level approval, second, third level approval, line approval, manager approvals. So leave, so there is approval request. So as per that approval sheet, what will happen? It will go to the it will go to the related things and everything here. It will go to the related, so related user and so related person will get it out here, right? Workflow list here. Workflow not active. Transfer of coin not configured. Therefore, there is no. Yeah, here it's not configured, so that's why it's not displaying. But in the real cases, it will be, if we go to, there is a tab here, workflow list here, workflow list here, work list. So the workflow items will be configured here. So the first level approvals and everything, it will be displayed here. Everything will be displayed here, right? Yes, everything will be, so if you open that one, it will be configured here. So everything will be, it will be configured in the systems here. That is the, but that is mainly for functional team will take care of that one. The functional, mainly functional will take care of that workflow and everything here, right? So they will take care of that approval, create the workflow approval procedures and everything. It is interesting, but but we cannot, like, it's not part of our scope to do perform it, but we can also do it by checking the, so baddies, returning the workflows, configuration, many things are there here. So there we can configure this workflows, I flows, all those things we can configure it here. We can, so we can configure it here, all those things here. But for now, our workflow activation, which means you need to check the workflow activation means the procedure is, so you need to go to the SFW3 transaction code, SFU3 transaction code. There we can activate the this workflows and everything. We can activate it here. We can activate it. All those things we can activate it here, right? That is the main thing here, workflow activation here. So second, the one more transaction code is called the, so SFW3, SFW3, no, SWU3, SWU3. This is the workflow activation. Next one is the SFW5 or W5, I think. SFW5, business functions activation. SFW5. Switching to the business framework, yes. So business functions activation here. So this is called the business functions activation here. In your system, suppose the currently the finance department is working. Suppose they want to, sales department also they want to work in the same system. So then the sales related functionalities we have to, system is same, only the functionalities we have to enable it here. System is same, the functionalities we have to enable it here. The functionality we have to enable it here in the system, right? For that one, we need to go to the related, we need to go to the related system here. So the related system and the related transaction code is called the, so related SFW5 transaction code. Here we can activate the business functions here. So we will get the clear request from the, so your functional team, which business functions they have to activate. Normally, some organizations they will take care of the business functions activations and etc by using this transaction code here, SFW5 here, right? So suppose if they want to the this one, right? So RBD, something like what is this RBD? Operations reserve the debts and bad debits CCF procedure. So then if they want to activate it here, if they want to activate it, suppose PLM, recipients, development related things here. So if they want to activate some finance related, ILM related, they want to activate it here. So then we have to select this one, and click on the, so activate the changes here, So the IM related, so one job will be started that will activate the business functionalities here. The related business functionalities will be, so will be activated here, right? So like that, So if any functionalities are required, suppose like data archiving, suppose you want to start the data archiving, then data archiving related functionalities are activated here, right? Data archiving related functionalities are activated in the systems here. So in our system, if any business functionalities, suppose your functional team want to enable the new business, so they want to explore some the R&D, they want to do the R&D wise, the manufacturing side. Suppose they are working on the sales, your system is mainly for the sales related and everything. Now they want to switch to the manufacturing related things. So not only sales, they want to do the manufacturing data also, they want to store it here. So normally people will go for the separate system. When we don't have to go to separate system, we can also enable one ECC system, multiple modules, we can enable it, right? FI, FICO, controlling. So SD, sales, finance, match, manufacturing, HR, the related many business functionalities, we can enable it in the one system here, right? So if they want to enable it, in that case, system is installed, then immediately it is available by means no, the related functionalities we have to enable it by going to the related business functions here. So here sometimes we may get the emails request from the our for the functional team saying that I basis team, could you please activate the this business functions in the system. So then we should know, they won't tell you the transaction code. Sometimes he is a good functional guy, he will tell you the transaction. So you should know about the what is the transaction code for the business function activation here. Then you can go to the SFW5 transaction code, check the business functions you have to activate it here, right? Which business functions you, what business function they have mentioned. So they will mention the list of things here, right? The streaming related business functions, right? Suppose they want to activate the streaming related business function, they will select it, then click on the activate it here. Click on the activate the business functions here. Then the streaming related business function job will be start in the backend, that will be activated here. So like that, we can activate the business functions, FICO, TRM related. So the transaction management, the finance, traveling, reporting, so master data governance, so HCM, payroll related, recruitment related. Suppose your team planning to start the recruitment here, recruitment. So HCM already it's enabled. So that's why we are again not getting that option here, right? So, so the related things. So if they want to activate something like payrolls related, so recruitment related things, they want to store the data, then that related business functionality should be activated, right? The future should be activated. So that is the reason here. So we need to activate the related things. We have to activate it here. So right, when you activate it here, then there is a job, it will run in the back end. There is a job, it will run in the back end here. The jobs will take care of the related jobs here. So it starts with the, I think, SFW star. So these jobs, see, these jobs are finished. It's activated, right? These jobs are finished. It's activated here. You can see the logs here, right? So these are the business functions are activated here, right? Means you can enable, you can check that related functionalities, the related transaction codes you can able to access in the systems. You can able to access in the systems here. Okay, that is the business functionalities activation workflows, and that is the thing. And the remaining transaction codes, what we have, this is related. Scott is fine. That is, we can discuss for transaction code. Yes. So security we have not discussed, right? Security related topic, OS level file system, OS level file systems. Did we discuss OS level file system? Like work directory, logs checking, profile directory, etc.
No, sir. Just
Both them.
profiles, we discussed that, sir.
Okay, okay. OS level file systems. Okay. Then we have only few minutes there.